There's a tiny butterfly in front of you. It's beautiful. Grabbing it will kill it, but it will be yours. There's a little cat in front of you. Grabbing it will hurt it, but it will save your life. There's a gorilla next to you. Grabbing its balls is a mistake. Grab its balls! Oh, grab the gorilla's balls! You die! You die! You die! You die! Hurt the cat. For God's sake, it's a video game. Jesus, where's your grasp on reality? You grabbed a gorilla by the ball.
I know!
Your choice is a suspect. Because it's dark, Darren! And a room, Darren! And you're awake in it, Darren! You die! You die! You die! You die! What fun we're having.
Oh, it was just a dream. Why do I keep sleeping in these?
Are you not sleeping well, Octavius? Are you seeing visions of eye teeth? The kind of thing that would keep any reasonably thoughtful person awake at night? Has it woken you up? How strange. You've never had a reasonable thought in your fucking life.
What are you doing?
I am the Guardian, not the newspaper. That's quite different.
Oh.
And I am here to have a discussion with you.
What are you doing in my bedroom? Why are you wearing shoulder pads? Why do they have terrifying spikes on them? Have I wandered into a sex dungeon? Again.
It appears to me that you are in a dark room. When I was a child, video games were some words on a screen mixed with your boundless sense of imagination. And they sucked. So, since AAA games are now squad shooters for the only kids left who are too lazy to actually shoot each other, I thought I'd bring back the hell of the 1980s.
The Dark Room has been made into a video game, and you want me to play it at 4 o'clock in the morning?
Yes, let the game thrash you the way they should have thrashed you at school.
Good old text adventure games. You can't beat them. Unfortunately. Back in ye oldie Spectrum and BBC Micro days, the text adventure was the only way to bring fantastical landscapes and monsters to a computer game. The first ever text adventure game was quite possibly Colossal Cave Adventure, also just called Adventure, made in 1976 for the PDP mainframe. Not exactly a home computer, as you can see, but the game did end up on the Osborne 1, and even much later on there was an MS-DOS version. This game started up with that classic text adventure structure. Go north, go east, pick up the thing, eat the thing, cry in frustration about how you don't really know what the bloody hell you are doing, and also how easy it appears to be to die. And here in 2018 is a tribute to that format, in the form of the Dark Room video game.
Yes. Oh look, the cat's got a keyboard. Adorable. Send memes.
Ooh, it's one of those ones that's got a mouse on it as well.
Darren, you awake to find yourself in a dark room.
Originally, The Dark Room is a brutal comedy stage performance that pits the very audience itself against the woes and wiles of the classic text adventure game. Hosted by the terrifying and charismatic so-called Guardian, for the past 6 years, The Dark Room show has been gaining traction in the comedy world as a unique performance experience thanks to its unusual method of presentation, as a choose-your-own-adventure, based directly on the text adventure video games of yore, and just as sadistic.
No! You die! You die! You die! You die! You die!
Play the game!
What is wrong with you? You've broken into my house, it's freaking 4 o'clock in the pissing morning, and you want me to play a video game?
Yes.
Narrator and stand-up comedian John Robertson has since performed the Dark Room show hundreds and hundreds of times to packed-out audiences across the world. Starting life in his viral YouTube videos in which he invites players to escape a dark room from jumping video to video, this is the video game based on the show. And yes, it is just as mean to the player as the stage show is. Anyone with a weak disposition better grab the smelling salts now. In full 3D graphic glory, the Guardian from the stage show is here to coax you through a brand new darkroom story, full of twists and turns and lots of dark humour. And shouting. There are so many different routes to take through this game, and the vast majority of them will lead to your death. You die is very much a catchphrase of the live show, and its graphic will be burned into your retinas after just an hour of playing.
Yes, good. I feed on your mediocrity.
Damn it. The fuse must be blown.
Flamboyant potato. Whimsy.
Will you piss off?
What's this I've stumbled into? Some sort of retro video game YouTube channel? Oh, how brave, criticizing the work of people who are probably dead, or at least are professionally. Oh no, what's going to happen? The people who used to work at Rare 20 years ago are going to write to you. They can't even find a bloody computer anymore. They've been banned and live in Hertfordshire.
Alright, look, I'll phone someone and then we'll play your goddamn video game, alright?
Now this is most certainly a game that lends itself to playing with a group of friends. So I dragged JJ, a blast from the past from my very first videos, in to play it with me. And then the Guardian just sort of muscled in to watch us suffer.
Cat down and, down.
By the way, me and JJ were playing the dark room drinking game with the Guardian when we played this, which just means that you drink every time you die. This does not mean that I advocate heavy drinking. Well, I am kind of advocating it. You know what? Go for it. Get hammered.
Ooh.
That's me.
You awake to find yourself in a dark room.
This version of the Guardian being sort of cartoony would almost be adorable if it wasn't clear that he delights in your death. He's a bit like a blonde-haired cat holding a chainsaw. Or maybe a honey badger.
The rats feast upon sweet Darreny shish kebab.
Yeah, honey badger. This game works very simply. Just click the action that you want to take. A direction, something bizarre to do, a pun. Check pockets. Or check pockets.
But which fuck?
I will punch you in organs you don't know you have.
The Guardian will let you know what the consequence is. It's usually something unpleasant, and after playing it for a while, when something nice happens, you will be genuinely delighted.
Shuffling and snuffling out of a hole in the wall. It's a hungry little friend. Oh my, it's a puppy.
I don't want to put the gloves on the puppy.
I want to feed it. Clearly a stray.
But
we
I
should
wanna-
feed it something, not just give it some gloves that it can't use.
Now, your hands are full of puppy.
What if
Yeah.
it doesn't mean put the dog down? What if it means?
What if it means kill the dog?
What if it means kill the dog?
What if it means kill the dog?
Dick.
How will you find the light switch? You're in a dark room. You need the light switch to see. Do you see?
Why would I want to grab a gorilla's balls? Can we please just lay out the reasons why I would ever want to do that? Because you want to, and that is not a lie.
It's true, I've seen you hanging around the gorilla enclosure, saying, "Come to me, you silverback bastard," yes.
The premise is simple. You've woken up in a dark room. You don't know how you got there, but all you need to do is get out of it. The Guardian, who is the only thing that you can see, appears and narrates to you the consequences of each of your actions. The narrator of old text adventure games was often a little bit snarky, cracked jokes, made puns, so it is interesting to see the narrator in person and see that he has his own character in this. When you think about it, many text adventure games had a narrator that was its own character but was mostly overlooked as such. In this homage to the text adventure, the narrator is the star of the show.
I like my flipper hair.
That was really good, it looked like a seal's hand.
It is a seal's hair. I just have to go and crack some oysters on my chest.
That's an otter.
I'm pissed.
That's a
Otters and seals are roughly the same. Otter lives in the river, seal lives in the sea. Put the otter in the sea, seal eats the otter. Or fucks it and makes a sotter.
If you're familiar with the original live show, you will recognise the script very well, but you don't have to have seen the live show to get into this. Once the humour and gameplay clicks with you, you're away, and dying repeatedly.
You can't kill yourself! You can't even find the light switch!
As you keep playing and depending on what you've picked up or done while managing not to die, the background noises will change. Paying attention to this will give you a clue regarding what to do next. There's also clues in the finish screen after you die, hints that appear to be vague and useless, but you have to get into the mindset of this game. They're like playing a cryptic crossword.
You caress the wall. It's indifferent to you.
But the walls are not sentient, surely.
Well, why are you f***ing caressing them if they're not sentient? Do you like to molest things that don't respond? Like a sleeping cat?
Much like in the original text adventures, you don't physically see what is happening. Your fate is conveyed entirely by your narrator. You are at the Guardian's mercy, because only he can see in the dark. One of the key game mechanics in any game is failure, or death. In this game, death will come frequently, and the deaths are usually nonsensical, so you won't see them coming. Figuratively or literally, you're in a dark room.
You die! You die! You die!
Where's the checkpoint?
There was a checkpoint?
How will you find the checkpoint?
Each action you take might affect the actions you have available to you later on in the game, so you do need to pay attention, which, if you're playing the darkroom drinking game, can be a little difficult. This is a bizarre gaming experience, and I do mean that in a good way. The most frustrating thing about this game is that, like the stage show, there really is an actual way out of the dark room, but it is bloody hard to find. This is just the first level, and myself and JJ were unable to beat it after a good couple of hours, although this may be due in part because of how drunk we were getting.
To your failure!
Okay, right, come on.
And I'm not going to lie, I'm pissed.
Currently, level 1 of the Dark Room is available on Steam. The following levels will be released periodically, with all purchases of this first one giving you access to the new ones as they're released. So, thank you to JJ for attempting to get me out of the dark room and for making me discover that I should never drink gin. And thank you to The Guardian for breaking into my home and forcing me to play it. I think.
So, you've died several times. Darren, how'd you go? You have backhanded a pineapple. Cat Darren, and you?
Can I stop dreaming yet? 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 Can I stop dreaming yet?
You die! You die! You die!
It's a pineapple! Oh, it was just a dream. Within a dream.
What? Well, bloody... I was a comedian for 15 years, and as of last week, I'm a bloody indie games developer. Gotta sell it somehow. Coming into everyone's house. Just jumping in. Coming in through the window. I'm the reverse Santa. Coming to your house, make you buy a Steam key. Fine. Gonna go bloody check the Steam listings. Oh, I tell you, it is a hard bloody graft, this game development shit. You YouTubers sitting out there with your lazy devs, your frame rates. Well, not you. I mean, you run a retro gaming channel, so for you, you're like, oh, isn't this pixel art nice? Buy the game! I cannot thank you enough for this, by the way.
That was weird. Hang on a minute. You can't just get into my house like that and then just stand in the bedroom like a creepy bastard with your shin pads like that. Look, you scratched up my wall and everything. 4 o'clock in the bloody morning.
But there's no use crying over every mistake. We'll just keep on trying till you run out of cake.